So Andrew, if I came to you and I said, you know what, I really love having income, but I really hate working, what would you think of me?
Well, I would think you're a bit delusional.
But you know what, Andrea? That is exactly the same way I feel when I sit down with any retiree who says they really, really love Social Security because of the guaranteed income they get from it, but hate to even think about getting an annuity. So what we hope to do today is to try to reconstruct your thinking about that particular concept. So you're going to want to definitely stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, President and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. And thank you for tuning in to our Retirement Education Concepts videos. These videos were created to help to make the difficult and confusing retirement process simple.
Absolutely, Andrea, because with so many retirement strategies out there and so many retirement concepts and so many retirement products for consumers to digest, we try to make sure that we utilize a team of expert advisors to help our clients get a roadmap that's going to let them know when, where, and how they can reach their retirement goals.
For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement income, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. Carson, why should people look at annuities in the same light as Social Security?
Well, Andrew, I would say for three reasons. One, annuities can actually be used as another substitute for guaranteed lifetime income, just like Social Security can. Also, if you're utilizing an annuity properly, it can increase with inflation as well, much like Social Security. And the third, to me, most important reason that you should be thinking about an annuity and trying to couple that with Social Security, Andrew, is that when you utilize an annuity properly, you can actually allow that annuity to help bridge a gap with your income and allow you to actually get a bigger Social Security check down the road. And so we are going to intuitively talk about this concept in today's short educational video. But before we do that, of course, there are always two rules to retirement income that we always like to give you. And Andrew, what are those two rules?
Well, rule number one is to never run out of money. And rule number two is to never forget rule number one.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a deeper dive into this concept of why you absolutely cannot love Social Security, but at the same time hate annuities.
Carson, why don't more people look at annuities alongside with Social Security?
Andrew, unfortunately, I think there are a lot of reasons why people may not look at annuities alongside Social Security or may not put annuities in that same category as Social Security. And I totally understand all of these reasons. But one of the things that I've noticed from a lot of consumers that I've spoken with over the years is that they think that when they put money inside of an annuity, that they completely lose control over their money. Another thing that I've heard from a lot of consumers is that when they actually put money into an annuity to get income, they are afraid that they may die too soon and not retrieve all the money from that annuity that they've actually put into it. And lastly, Andrea, what I've also heard is that annuities, of course, do not increase enough in value. Some people like to take on more risk with their money in order to achieve a higher return with those dollars as well. But I will have to say this, all of those are valid points for people to have to take a step back and evaluate annuities, but you shouldn't stop there. Because let me explain something to you. If you're talking about the point that if you're taking an annuity and you lose control, you have to dispel that myth right away, because you do not lose control over your money when you put money into certain annuities. As a matter of fact, there are certain annuities that you can start the income and you can stop it on demand according to your own financial needs, Andrea. The other point about when you put money into an annuity and you start taking the income and you may die too soon, not actually receiving the amount of income that you were expecting from that product. Well, here's what you can do with many annuities out there, with most of them. You can put a period certain on the income. Let me give you an example. Let's just say you were actually taking income from an annuity and you decided that you wanted to make sure you secured that that other person would also get income from that annuity. You can put a 15-year certain payment on the annuity. So if you started that income and you died 1 year later, for the next 14 years, that annuity is still going to pay that beneficiary. And so that's one of the things that you have to think about to basically get over the fear that you're going to not receive all that you thought that you should be receiving from that money that you put inside of an annuity. And the last thing that I want to point out, Andrea, about annuities relative to how they actually grow compared to other financial tools, it is true that most annuities are not going to outpace products that are actually in the stock market, like mutual funds or stocks. But here's the thing. All annuities are not the same as far as how they grow. Fixed annuities will be more like a CD or a money market account. You have variable annuities that you can actually tie your money into an actual mutual fund. And you also have index annuities in which you can tie the interest from that annuity to a certain index, like the S&P 500, to actually get better growth than what you may get on CDs or money market accounts or any other low-paying financial tools that you may try to use for your retirement. If you're actually able to talk to someone, Andrew, who is competent in helping you understand annuities, you can get over all of the fears that you may have for these products and allow yourself the ability to have a secondary guaranteed source of retirement income. And there's one more thing that I would like to point out before we leave this particular topic, Andrea. Unlike Social Security, where an annuity can really differentiate itself from that particular retirement income source, is that if you're using an annuity and you happen to not use all of the dollar values inside of that particular annuity product, if you pass away, the money that you actually have left over inside of that annuity, Andrea, will actually be able to pass directly on to the beneficiaries that you've actually listed on your policy.
Carson, you've stated that one of the most overlooked benefits of having an annuity is that if properly combined with Social Security, it can actually increase your benefits. Explain that notion.
Yeah, Andrew, if you can properly combine an annuity with Social Security, like I've mentioned before, you can really increase the value of your Social Security benefits. And so just to go ahead and illustrate this a little bit more clearly, I would like for this to be put up on the screen so everyone can see exactly what I'm talking about here. And so let's just say our little friend that we used to put into a lot of our videos, Mr. I Don't Know. Mr. I Don't Know would like to retire at age 62, okay? Now, Mr. I Don't Know has done a pretty decent job of saving as well. Saved about $500,000 inside of his 401k, Andrea. So Mr. I Don't Know is going to retire at 62, and he realized that he's going to need about $2,500 per month or $30,000 a year in order to live comfortably for himself. Now, if he's retiring at 62, he also understands that he's going to be able to start his Social Security benefits. So, Andrew, here's the problem. If he starts his Social Security benefits early, as you know, like we've spoken about numerous times on our past videos about Social Security, he's going to have a decreased monthly benefit. And just based on his hypothetical earnings, Mr. I Don't Know would be receiving $1,500 per month for Social Security. And then, of course, he's going to take the additional $1,000 per month from his 401k. He's trying to preserve that for the back end of his retirement. But let me just let you know why that's a flawed way of thinking. You certainly can do that, but we can actually help Mr. I Don't Know maximize his Social Security benefits. Let's just say he decided to speak with someone who could help him construct an annuity in which he can annuitize that $30,000 a year from his 401k. So he can do that over an 8-year time frame. And so he can take this $30,000 a year from his 401k over an 8-year time frame, which of course allows him to delay his Social Security benefits all the way until the ripe age of 70. And of course, during that time frame, along with the cost of living increases that he may receive, he'll be receiving at his full retirement age to age 70, those 8% delayed retirement credits. At that particular time, if he started his Social Security benefits at that moment as opposed to 62, his monthly benefit amount would have been a little over $2,500 per month. That's just with Social Security. Now, over 8 years, he has taken down his 401k by $30,000 over that period of time. But guess what? He has still left himself, even if the money did not grow at all, with approximately $260,000 of additional resources in which he may can still use on the back end of his retirement. But let's just say, instead of just letting that $260,000 sit and earn no interest, that he was able over the 8-year time frame to have that money placed somewhere in which he could get just a modest return of 6% per year. If he did that, at the end of the 8 years, Andrew, that $260,000 that was just sitting there waiting for him to use on the back end of his retirement would now be valued at over $414,000. So not only does he now have a higher Social Security benefit of $2,500, which is almost 70% more than what he would have had at 62, he also have another $400,000 that he can still utilize for income, or if he wanted to leave a legacy to his estate, he can do that as well, with the other dollars that were allowed to grow tax deferred inside of another retirement vehicle. So this is one of the ways that if you are working with someone who's trying to maximize all of your retirement income, this is absolutely one of the things that you should be thinking about. Of course, we all know that everyone's situation is different, but here's a way that you can see that Mr. I Don't Know was able to maximize his Social Security and still be able to have retirement funds on the back end of his retirement to utilize in any which way that he likes.
Okay, thank you, Carson. I found that to be very thought-provoking. So thank you for sharing your insight on this topic. And thank you for watching. And if you found this information beneficial, we ask that you like this video and share it with others.
So I really hope that you found this information beneficial for you today. Please remember that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always reach out to your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and or attorney about your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for a fiduciary financial advisor to help you with these type of thought-provoking concepts, we highly recommend that you click on the link provided in the description below and go ahead and schedule a free consultation with us today.
After this video, please check out our other videos that we've created that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers.